I'm not gonna lie, I am like pretty frustrated right now because like I'm not able to record on my computer, so that means I have to record off my camera, and it just looks weird. But here we are. If you're wondering why have I released 3 videos in the same exact jacket, that's because this is the same exact day. I'm gonna just pump these videos out. So let's turn this around. See how weird it looks? Hopefully it's okay. It's about the value. Alright, so just get rid of this part. Alright, so this is going to be a volume profile. I have been taking a lot of trades off the volume profile. Hopefully this looks okay. Let me just zoom in just in case it's too far out. Alright, so this is going to be the volume profile, okay? So this red line right here is going to be our value area low. This black line right here is going to be our point of control, and this red line right here is going to be our value area high. Now, whenever you're taking your trades with the volume profile, you kind of don't want to trade within the range. Now, this area, like from this value area high to this value area low, this is the range, and you kind of don't want to take trades inside of the range because they just have a higher probability of losing. Now, if you take trades outside of the range, that's when your odds go up significantly. And I kind of did the math on it, and my numbers are looking pretty good when I take trades outside of the range. So right now we're on trading view. Let's just skip forward and see what you simply want to wait for. And also, when it comes down to this on trading view, when you're back testing, like when you want the value area high or the value area low to update, you have to go to a different time frame, and it'll basically show you like a change. When it comes down to using it in real time, it'll change almost immediately. But when you're back testing, you just have to change the overall time frame that you're on. So let's get into it. Now we have the 5-minute right here. We are kind of rejecting the value area high. At this point, if you were to see some big sellers or some big buyers pop in and there's like no follow through, you can look and take a sell for a mean reversion setup. But we're not focusing on the mean reversion setup. We're going to be focused on taking trades outside of balance. Okay, so we just got a rejection of the highs. Let's keep going. Okay, boom. Now let's go to a different time frame so you all can kind of see. Okay, so still the same, no worries, but now we are kind of outside of balance. Now when it comes down to us being outside of balance, we want to wait for low volume nodes to basically form. What is a low volume node? A low volume node is, you see how this where is my little coloring thing? Okay, all right, so you see how this green thing right here is basically moving like this. So whenever you have a low volume node, basically that green thing or whatever color you're going to have it is basically going to just move normal. It's going to literally drop off, leave a little gap, and then it's going to literally come back. So you want to look for stuff like that. So even though these kind of are moving like that, there's no like real low volume nodes, to be honest. So you just have to wait for one to form. So let's just go back to the 5-minute. And let's just skip forward just a little bit. Okay, boom, now we have a drop. See how this just didn't load at all? So that's when you want to go to a different time frame, and then it'll start to load. Okay, now when it comes down to this right here, yes, this volume is pretty low over here, but I just want to see a little bit more, and once we see that, then we'll be able to put a area of low volume. Okay, boom, now we got a drop. All right, let's go to the 5-minute. Hopefully we can get some more stuff. Okay, boom, you see how thin it's getting over here? Let me move this to the back so you all can see that pretty clearly. All right, so you see how thin it's getting? So basically what I would want to do is I would just simply want to just mark off one of these areas, and I would simply wait for the market to come back to it. Now let's go to the 3-minute, because now that we know where we want to enter, now we can get off of the 5-minute and we can go to our entry time frame, which is going to be on a 3-minute, and you can see again just how thin this is. Okay, let me move this up just a little bit. Oh god, hopefully y'all been able to see this whole time. Just noticed this was kind of turned down. All right, so now let's really wait for entry, and these entries happen pretty quick, so you have to be on your game. That's why we're on the 3-minute time frame. All right, boom, now we're starting to get a retest. Okay, boom, now we see that the market literally pushed into this low volume mode. It pushed a little bit higher. Let's go to the 5-minute. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, boom, so the 5-minute. Now we do have us a low probability variation that's kind of forming, but if it doesn't break above this right here, then the sells are still valid. If it breaks below this right here, then we can definitely take a sell right there. Let's go back to the 3-minute, which is our entry time frame. Let's see. All right, boom, so we got the market literally basically just kind of push down off of this big candlestick right here. I would simply wait for another candlestick to literally push back into this, show me that it doesn't really want to go up, or give me an area for a safe stop loss, and then I would like to enter my trade. So let's see what's going on. Okay, boom, we didn't get that, but it's all good because we're still out of value. So if you want to, you know, there is a ton more of low volume nodes, so you can either move this up right here, or you can literally keep it the same. But I do see another low volume node right here, and we're still out of value. So let's see what happens at this one right here. Okay, boom, now we are getting a rejection of the low volume node. I'm sure in the original order flow it probably showed buyers trying to step in but literally failing. I would simply wait for another candlestick to open up, and if it doesn't break above this, or if it just gives me like a clean selling confirmation, then I would look to enter. Okay, boom, so it didn't break above this, but it did show that buyers are kind of present. So these are kind of the aggressive buyers that I was referring to. One more candlestick or candlestick closure, I will look to enter. Let's see. Boom. All right, so you could have either taken this one right here. You could have took this one right here if you want it to be a little bit aggressive. That's kind of a tight stop loss. Or if you want it to be just a little bit more cautious, you could have took a break of a candle. Your stop loss would definitely be bigger, but it's not too crazy. So you have a 3.5 point stop loss versus a 6.25 point stop loss. So let's see where the market ends up going. Let's just put this at a, okay, that's already a 1 to 3. Let's see what a 1 to 2 that'll be right there, but you should probably aim for the lows, to be honest. So okay, let's go 1 to 3, and then 1 to 7. Jeez. Okay, boom, market's dropping. Okay, boom. All right, so that's gonna be both TPs that were hit, and the market continued to drop. And that's just an example of a low volume node. And let me just go over it just one more time. So basically the market was inside of a range. The market bounced out of a range with a ton of volume. It left some literally gaps inside of the volume profile. Once you've seen that, you just want to simply mark it up. Now this one right here, we originally had one that was down here, and it kind of got disrespected. It literally pushed up, came back into it. We don't want to just take a trade once it's like just back into it. We want to wait for the low volume node to be rejected. This one right here showed that it probably wasn't the strongest, but luckily we were able to see that we had like maybe a couple more that had thin volume compared to the volume over here. And let's go to the 5-minute, because again, this value area high and this value area low and value area high and PLC, they can literally move. Like they always move. So let's see where they are at. All right, so you see the value area low did get lower at the time, well, at this time right here. And whenever you see the value area lows getting lower, that means that price is just simply getting accepted. So if you're in a trade and you see your value area getting lower, you know, and you're in a sell, that's okay. Like, that is okay. So that was a perfect trade you could have took if you wanted to have you know, a bigger stop loss. It was solid. You still got a basically like a 30-point move. If you want to have a tighter stop loss, basically you kind of were able to front run the trade. So that's how to take a low variation. That's how to take a low volume node break and retest.